What's up guys? Today I've got my hands on the most unique 4K streaming device I have seen in quite a long time. This is the H96 Max M7. It's a 2-in-1 Bluetooth speaker and Android streaming box in one. Okay, so price of this is currently £51 or $64 for the 4 plus 32 gig variant, which I have here. So this has full Android 13 HDMI port on the back. So you can basically plug this into your TV and it will give you a full Android TV box experience. But it looks like a Bluetooth speaker, and we will be indeed pushing this box to its limit to find out the capabilities, features, overall performance, and lots more. But first of all, inside the box, you will find a user manual, an HDMI cable, a 12-volt power supply. We've got a standard infrared remote control, which is powered by two AAA batteries, and the batteries are not included in the box. And last, but certainly not least, you get the TV box itself. Or should I say Bluetooth speaker. Quick look at the design. It looks like a Bluetooth speaker, no doubt about that. We've got a plastic finish going all the way around with a fabric mesh. On top, you can see a play button with volume control. On the back, we've got a power button, HDMI out, and that is HDMI 2.0B. We've got a full-size USB 2 port, and we've got a micro SD card slot, and that's your reset hole in the middle. This is what the bottom of the box looks like, and that is pretty much all your ports. Now, you could also add a lanyard cable through here, but it's not included in the box. You can see H96 Max logo on the front. So let's just quickly run through the specs. Now this box is powered by the Rockchip RK3528. For graphics we have the Mali 450. This one has 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. We have 5 GHz Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.1, and this is running full Android version 13. Furthermore, this supports 4K 60 with HDR, HDR10 and HLG. And the specification of the speakers themselves, you've got dual 52mm speakers built in, and each speaker will give you 7 watts. So that's a 14-watt speaker built in. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to hook this up to my TV and capture card, and we're going to find out exactly what this thing can do. I'll be right back. Now, first and foremost, as a Bluetooth speaker, what is it like? Through Bluetooth settings on my phone, I connected to the M7 speaker, so I can play music directly from my phone, just like a normal Bluetooth speaker. To say that Bluetooth speaker quality is actually not bad. It doesn't distort on the maximum volume. Sound separation is pretty good. Bass levels are also pretty decent. I was expecting a bit of a gimmicky speaker sound, but no, this has actually got a pretty decent quality sound. Very interesting. Now on the Android side, when watching a movie, what I want to know is, can these speakers be used, or will it be your TV speakers? Okay, we're about to find out. Now first of all, I ran a boot up speed test, and you can see the results on screen on how long it took to load to the home screen from a cold start. And here is the home screen. This is full Android 13. We have our connection info in the top left hand corner, and on the opposite side we have our local time and date. You have a selectable cleaning brush icon in front of the time, and when you select this option it will clear background processes to speed up the system. Furthermore, all the icons you can see on the home screen can be changed around to your own personal preference. To do this, just long press over any icon and then it will give you the option to replace or remove. So we're just going to try replacing the YouTube icon for Google Chrome, and you can see what happened. I'm going to bring it back to YouTube because that looked better. There is also a plus icon, and that's just for one additional spare app that you wanted on the home screen. So if we just put Netflix there, just for an example. Now at the bottom you can create a row of small icon shortcuts for all your favorite apps. So you just hit the plus sign, select your favorite apps, and they will immediately appear at the bottom. Now if we head over to the main system settings, go to device preferences and check out the system storage info. You already know that this box has 32 gigs of internal storage. From that we have 23 gigs available to use, and I've not installed anything yet. This is what you're going to begin with, 23 gigs of free space. Go back and have a quick look in about. You will see that this is indeed running Android TV OS version 13. So this was supposed to be full Android 13, but the system thinks it's running ATV 13. And you can see more info there on security patch levels, build numbers, kernel versions, etc. So if we tap on display, go to HDMI, you can see the resolution is set to auto, but it will basically select the highest resolution possible. In our case, this is 4K 60. We've got HDR settings as well. It's set on auto, but again, you can have HDR all the time or SDR all the time. I'm going to leave that setting on auto. Okay, quick look at audio output. This is an important question that I asked myself. By default, all sound comes out of the speaker, but if you wanted HDMI output, you just select it. I'm actually going to leave it on speaker output because I think the speaker sounds really nice, and I am connected to my 4K monitor. Okay, under display and sound, we've got match content frame rate, and it defaults to seamless. Under inputs, you can see we've got HDMI CEC controls, and there are a few options there to play with. If we go back, we've got screensaver, energy saver, location setting. Quick look under accessibility to see if there's anything interesting there. APK auto install is quite nice. I'm going to turn that on, and if we go to advanced settings, got power key definition. Now if you leave it on the default, which says dormancy, that means every time you press the power button it will switch between Bluetooth mode and Android TV box mode. So I would just leave it on the default, but other options are available. Performance dialog will bring up an overlay. On the left you can see it shows you some metrics, some system information, temperature, CPU usage, etc. If you need that. I'm going to leave that off for now, and that is pretty much all your settings. Now let's have a quick look at the system apps. These are all the apps installed on this box as standard. So this is what you get when you first power on the box, and we do have quite a few apps to get you started. We've got YouTube, Netflix, Prime Video, we've got Google Chrome. You've even got 3 different app stores. So you've got Aptoid TV Store, we've got the APK Pure, and you've got Google Play Store. And I'll quickly open it up to show you. This is the official full version of the Play Store, full tablet version. So basically no limitation there. You can download all your favorite apps and games. Now the first thing I do test on streaming boxes is screen mirroring. We've got Wi-Fi display, which is basically Miracast, and we've got Air Screen for iOS. So let's try Android screen mirroring first of all. And I'm going to try doing it on my new Galaxy S24 Ultra. And any second now, if this works, you're going to see my screen mirrored. There you go. It was actually quite quick and easy to connect. It's working with some lag. It's not super smooth as I would have liked it to be, but nevertheless, it is working. So screen mirroring working with Android. Okay, now we're going to test out iOS screen mirroring with Air Screen. I got my iPhone 14 Pro. Now for this to work, you need to make sure that both devices are on the same Wi-Fi network. Okay, I'm about to connect with my iPhone 14 Pro. Okay, and any second now, you should see my iPhone screen mirrored. And as you can see, we are connected and it's working absolutely fine. In fact, it's working with very minimal lag. It's actually much faster than the Android screen mirroring that we tried earlier. Okay, so now it's time to play some 4K video samples from a USB drive, and I will be doing this with the MX player, which I just downloaded from the Play Store. So let's begin with the usual high bitrate 4K Jellyfish demo. So first file is 160 megabits per second, and you can see it's doing a decent job. It's playing okay. Okay, let's try pushing it with the 180 megabit per second high bitrate Jellyfish demo. And again, I think it's doing okay. It's playing pretty smooth. Can't really complain. If we go back and for the real test, 400 megabits per second, high bitrate 4K Jellyfish demo. So it's a little bit slow to start, a little bit jittery, not entirely as smooth. It's not very smooth, to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much slow motion. So it's playing, but it is struggling. So that's high bitrate 4K. Now we're going to test regular 4K 60 with various HDR formats and see how they play back. And it was a mixed bag of results. Some videos played back fine with HDR and some just buffered with no playback at all. So compatibility issues for sure with some video formats. Okay, so that was 4K video playback from USB. Now let's move on to the YouTube streaming test. And as you guys can see, maximum streaming quality is 4K 60 with HDR. Let's see how it plays back. So as you guys just saw, lots of drop frames. It absolutely struggles to play back 4K 60. So let's drop the resolution down and see what this can handle. So let's just play a few more trailers at full HD resolution.
Gone Spangler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Every day, I've prayed for a way to protect the weak.
It is time you know your true identity, Alexander. You are the son of Zeus. Lead.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night.
And next up, I tested Netflix, and unfortunately Netflix is limited to SD quality streaming, so 540p max, guys. There is no HD or 4K, it just doesn't have the license for that. Furthermore, Amazon Prime Video also supports SD streaming max, so HD streaming not supported on Amazon either. Okay, so now it's time for a very quick basic gaming test. Now for you advanced users, DRM info shows Google Wi-Fi level 3. And here is CPU-Z, where you can check out the clock speeds, and you can see this is running the Mali 450. And under system you can see it's Android 13, and you do actually have root access by default. And here are the results for the internal storage speeds. We achieved read speeds of 100 and write speeds of 109 megabytes per second. That brings us to our benchmarks, beginning with Geekbench, single core score of 144 and multi-core score of 340. And in the Antutu benchmark test, this box achieved 67K. So let's see how that compares with the others. So here is my top Android TV box performance chart of 2024, showing you the latest TV boxes and seeing how they compare with each other. And the ranking is based on Antutu benchmark performance scores. So higher the score, higher the ranking. And based on that, you can see the H96 Max M7 has taken position 20 on this chart with a benchmark score of 67K. I've also given this box an overall rating of 3.4 out of 5. So from this chart, you can see the performance scores and my overall rating all color coded to make it easy for you to read. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chigstech.com and read them at your leisure and completely free of charge. So there you have it, guys. That was the H96 Max M7. And here are my thoughts. Design and build quality are quite good. The built-in speaker is also pretty decent quality. On the streaming side, this thing supports 1080p streaming max where supported. You also get screen mirroring for both iOS and Android, and basic games play okay. But there are quite a few caveats to consider. Netflix, Prime and Disney are limited to SD quality. General operation is quite laggy and unstable. Downloading and installing apps feels very slow. There is no Ethernet, and even the Wi-Fi speeds are quite slow. Now, playing back 4K video from USB is a mixed bag of results, so it's best to stick with full HD streaming. Furthermore, there is only one USB port and it's not USB 3, but the microSD expansion is quite nice to have. So who is this device for, and is it worth the money? Well, at around £50, I would use this for streaming 1080p content. Internet TV works well as well, again limited to full HD, and playing back my 1080p videos and movies from USB also worked quite well. And it's nice that it doubles up as a Bluetooth speaker, but please note this is not a portable Bluetooth speaker, as there is no built-in battery, so you can't take it with you into the garden to listen to music. You're going to need this plugged in at all times. I think they should have installed an internal battery for the Bluetooth speaker side. That would have made it more useful. Nevertheless, quite an interesting product, and I hope this video gives you a better understanding of what this thing can do. That being said, do consider subscribing to the channel for your daily dose of the latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.